Welcome back to the episode. We are on the rooftop, and in front of us, we got ourselves the Bard and her lover. Yeah, look at that. Let's just interact with them. We can loot later.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Ah, you found my hiding spot. Not a word to Alan. He doesn't believe in things like breaks. Or eating.
Lakrissa, I'd be more than happy to help you out at work. I could...
No, focus on your music. Besides, I'll be living a life of luxury when your school takes off.
Oh-ho. School? Now that's interesting. I'm still selling your... Well, she's a double performer. Interesting. You two are very cute together, yeah. If you need help, just say the word. Absolutely cute together.
Right? I keep telling her that.
Lakrissa!
All right. The hero and I will stop teasing. For now.
I'll never get tired of this view.
Same here.
Aww.
I'll never get tired of this view.
Same here.
But the way the camera was panning was actually quite nice.
I'll never get tired of this view.
Same here.
Aww. There's more going on here than you may actually think. One of them looks at Baldur's Gate and the other one has the eyes all on... Alright, now, on to the looting thing.
Something over there.
Hoi. A cracked tire. More like a loose... Ooh, perfect. That one goes into my little inventory. Awesome. Alright. It would actually be kind of cool if you just move, like, if this is not perception that you can see, but more like a feeling thing, like you were moving about and all of a sudden it makes a crack sound. And you're like, huh, what was that? And then you're just going next to the tile again. Similar to this little video about the basketball player that found out that the floor was kind of broken because the ball was not bouncing properly. Like, this is perception check at its best. So, what else we got up here? Actually, that might... Oh, look at this, a bird's nest. Aha. So, what else is up here? There is, stuff. Mind Flayer blood. They do have interesting kind of blood there. What else we got? We got feathers, feathers, feathers. Awful lot of feathers. Where are we even going? We're going for the east this way, which means... No, wait, west. So I have to orient the camera that way. What I want to do is explore everything towards the east this way, and not the west. There you go. But I think there's not much wrong. Oh, is there? Let's... Oh, those two again. Where are they? Oh. Could you jump all the way across? Would that help you in any way? Oh, look at this. Fruit. Oh, that's good. Nice. A sun melon and a wand. Okay, so someone was actually stashing things up here. This is weird. Charm person. Dude. Like the voice of that lizard is just absolutely insane. Not enough space. No, there is enough space. Well, there might be enough space towards the left and the right, but there's definitely not enough space towards up. Like there's an invisible ceiling there. All right. Let's see. The idea is to get further down and also to move every item. Okay, Karlak is at the wrong spot. This is going into the big bag. These two are going into Astarian's bag. Don't know about the flying thing. I mean, she can just keep it. Same for the elixir of invisibility. I don't need to hold everything myself. That wand is a wand of birch to riftwood. It's shallow, worm dark grooves filled with gold. Huh. So somehow this wand is special. I don't know why. So let's just take all of that, send it to camp. I really want to know what this is. Can't use this right now.
Let's move.
Okay, this is really weird. So, the ones up here. Let's just save scum a little bit. I really want to test this thing. So you can... okay. So you can't use that one. Does it weigh a little bit? Yeah. I mean, we can carry a little bit more, so it shouldn't matter if we have the one in our inventory or not, but it's definitely something strange going on. So, now, about the... Oh, look at this, there too. A few more marks. So, what about that room? Hoi. Oh, the Elfsong hospitality. Foraging is a thing of the past. In the Elfsong tavern, to purchase camp supplies for resting, simply visit the Dumbwaiter hatch. Nice. Nice. The hatch. Simply go to the hatch. Dumbwaiter hatch, Dumbwaiter hatch, Dumbwaiter hatch, Dumbwaiter hatch. What is the Dumbwaiter? Is this some kind of like elevator thingy, or where's that? I mean, you may need it somewhere in the center where you are. No, wait. What a beautiful song. You enter the Elfsong tavern and all of a sudden everything becomes very homely. Oh, this is cool. Alright, really have to take care of scratching the owlbear. Scratchy and Owly. Let's call them that. Yeah. So, wait a minute. What's this one? The Elfsong. Oh, that might be the thing that we have. Sing a song of Baldur and who found the Baldurs. Oh, that's the thing that they've sung. Empire golden built on trade. Could not avert his fate. When Frey through den assailed his poor transformed the fell. After all, succumbed as threat from nether years. Arose to conquer all. Now hope is gone, or so it seems, but game's not over yet. New cards are drawn, new hands are played, newcomers' plays are back. A knave, a wizard, devil give, the odds are cast anew, and Baldur's fate now turns upon the whims of foot. Wait. A knave, a wizard, a devil, and the gift. Okay. Question is, who's the knave? Could be me. We got a Gif. We got the devil in terms of Karlach, maybe. Wizard with Gale, but I could also be a wizard because this was the last class I chose. I don't know if this changes all the time. Could be like a standard thingy. Very interesting indeed. That's kind of cool that you actually get the text for the song. And then they even sing the thing. Like this is perfection. Alright, so if they continue singing? Kind of the same thing. So everybody was finished with eating, which is great. I just hope I can always go back to the Elfsong now that I have unlocked that. It's a really nice place. Oh, look at that. We got a different book to read. Elven Eminence. The thing is, every time I read that, I think like Elminster. I completely mix up those words. It's a huge jumble. Alright, come on. So we almost got it all. Rustaya. Yeah, almost everything. Oh, look at this there. Double. Wait, what? Double doors. Okay, they're just there for decor. Interestingly enough. No, wait. That's just a normal mirror.
Cute.
Has nothing to do with it. I'm still looking for the thing where you can get food, camp supplies and whatnot, so I don't have to forage every single time. But I don't know where that is. It's nice that you're getting a little bit of a hint there, but still. Where on earth is that thing? So, there, the dumb waiter. Oh. Oh ho ho ho. Well, this is really good. Now I know why it's called dumb waiter. Because it's a dumb waiter. This is like, what? Who came up with that name? It is very fitting indeed. It's not an automaton, it's not some AI thingy, it's not an intelligent thing, it's a dumb thing. It's a complete opposite. Kind of interesting way to think about it. A machine is a dumb thing. It's not intelligent. It does what you programmed into it, so it kind of is as intelligent as the one who made it. In this regard, very interesting. So, you know, where are the books that I've found so far? This is another one of the Elfsong. So you can find it like 3 times up here, it seems. Crawler mucus, what am I gonna do with that? I mean, this is weapon stuff, resistances. Yeah, let's just get those into my inventory. Yeah, no, that's the real question. Where am I going to place that? Now, you know what? Zell can carry them around. Right. Okay, and for some strange reason, let's see that. Karlach is now at the 4th place. Now together. Now she's at the 2nd spot. Now together. Okay, it only changes once. So what if I do do the same thing with Lizelle? Switch around. Oh, very interesting. So the main character is always at the top. And if you split the team, what about the middle one? It always comes up to the 2nd spot. So they reorder everything every time. Which is a little bit annoying. Because I want them to be at the spot that I placed them in last.
What now?
So that I don't have to fiddle with that too much. Now,
Have to keep going.
about the whole dumbwaiter business. Want to know how this thing works?
Let's see what this does.
You call out, but there is no answer. The staff operate the dumbwaiter at night.
Oh, okay. So the idea is to start a long rest, and once you do, you can go to the dumbwaiter and then get all of the food that way. Very interesting indeed. So now that kind of concludes the Elfsong tavern, it seems. Oh, and we may also just loot everything up here while we're at it. There's no one around here. Really? Nothing? Come on.
Never a dull moment.
Oh, this is so annoying. Since when do they change the position every single time? There may be an option somewhere in here, fiddling with it, something gameplay. Auto select character after combat. No, this is not yet. Select the last character you had selected before combat started. Oh, this is actually kind of interesting. Keep the character you had selected when combat ended. Set which character would be selected when exiting turn-based combat. Oh, this is actually quite interesting. Input mode, karmic die, no. Like something like this, but every time you split up the characters. No.
Can't slow down.
Whatever. Let's just get further down again. I think I've gotten pretty much everything about the Elfsong. Yeah.
The Sturge Frixe, I guess.
Alright, now. Let's connect everything towards the east so that I at least have some stuff completely explored. Where am I? Somewhere over there. Yeah, gonna explore that section next. Oh, look at this. A baby beholder.
Stuffed beholder. Grotesque as it is, it's part of the furniture. The Elfsong wouldn't be the same without it.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you can even sit on it. So, refugee, now steel watcher.
Be vigilant, citizen.
Yeah, I try to.
Guard is busy with their patrol and has no time for idle chatter.
That's just running. Like, they're running after the steel watcher in order to clean up every. The fist healer Mattstein, yeah, sure. They have to clean up every little bit of mess that this thing creates. What about Alembrosius?
Oh, do you actually want one? Sorry, I can't sell you any right now, but you can look. Mum will be back soon. I mean, shopkeeper will be back soon.
Right. Okay. Do you know the prices? So, let's just do...
Disappointing.
Nah, it's not disappointing. Oh, look at this. Mail. Repairs payment. Could be some kind of invoice, which is definitely not good.
Please deposit supplies below. We'll carry them for you.
Uh-huh. But where to?
Still alive.
It's the sealess.
Progress.
Guard is busy with their
That was the wrong one. They're running too
Don't waste a
fast.
step.
Okay, I want to know what's in this, Wait a minute. Elixir of careful movement. Well, I got this one. Don't I have... No, this is that. What's the other items? Thought I had another bag full of elixirs, but no. My inventory is a little bit of a mess. So, what do we got here? Repairs payment. Thank you for repairing my wife's vase. She's been sad ever since the upper city was sealed and she can't see her siblings. This will go a long way to cheer her, as the vase was a gift from them. I've added a gratuity to your fee to cover your brush and in gratitude for the care you took. Oh, that's nice. And we have now taken that out of the mailbox. I feel bad a little. Alright, so yeah, let's explore everything around that building here.
We've got no choice. We have to do what he says.
Huh?
Oh, gods. Be spouting a load of crap. Don't waste your time.
Okay, what's going on?
Listen and submit to the Mistress of Disease. The cycle comes for us all.
Oh, so it's more like a spore druid kind of dude.
The cycle comes.
That could be it. Sounds a little bit depressing.
Gortash, an archduke. Saw him once at a distance. Looked like too much of a pipsqueak to fill those boots.
And a bit too much decorum around his hands. A lot of golden stuff, I don't know why, but... That's the thing, I mean, for an archduke having that much gold kind of looks weird. Kind of reminded me of that Persian fellow from 300. Xerxes, yeah. Also full of like decorum, jewelry and whatnot. Mostly gold actually.
Very well.
I don't really agree with Lord Gortash's methods, but the man does get things done.
And what did he get done? Just because there are steel watchers waltzing about doesn't change anything.
Only Lord Gortash has the strength to protect our city.
Alone. I want to see that.
Gortash is the light bringer. Gortash will burn the Absolute to smoke and ashes.
Wait a minute. Bollocks. The word Lightbringer is nowhere to be found in that weapon. It's just called the Thunder's Light, not the Lightbringer.
The Steel Watchers are doing most of the good here, really. I'd love a gander at those schematics.
Yeah. I'll probably chop you up.
Lord Gortash is exactly what Baldur's Gate needs. I dread to think where we'd be without the Steel Watch.
You would still stand here, having the same kind of attitude. What about this one? Harxkellan.
You two must submit to Lord Gortash if you are to be saved.
Anything else?
With me! Hail, Lord Gortash! Hail, Lord Gortash!
Ooh, my German sense is tingling. My arms rising. It gets into the danger zone. Wait a minute. There is stop repressors. Talk to the Alaton. This is that. Okay. I'm gonna keep that one for later. Let's talk to these fellows here real quick.
Now don't believe anything Kate over there tells you. She's an awful liar.
But if I don't... well... listen to her or believe her at all, then... Isn't she telling the
You
truth?
want the who's who and the what's what? Speak to Karis. She's always got the best goss. None of it's been wrong yet.
It's honestly amazing. I'd have thought Karis's gossip would have been wrong at least once, but no. Always bang on.
Yeah. Okay, that's kind of weird.
Don't get me wrong. I like a wee gossip as much as the rest, but Caitlin does get a bit carried away with the tall tales.
So Caitlin is the fan in this regard. So, what about Plevendale?
I would love to have seen Gortash's coronation, but I would have to have skipped the after feast. I'm on a strict diet.
Well, I mean, with Absolute running around, there's an awful lot of diet you can have afterwards. So... Ay. That spot right here. Perfect. Perfectly placed. So, now, what's inside that building? Oh, you can even open that. No sign, no nothing. So what is this? Stormshore Tabernacle. Oh. Vicar Humbletoes. And the ornate wooden hatch again. Where would we end up at?
Here we go.
Let's just open an awful lot of doors so we know where we are. Alright. Oh, look at this. We got some books. Come on. Where's Karlach? Why can't I click on Karlach? There you go. Just be careful not to click on the wrong things. So, what's this? Moon brooch. Some golden thingies. Crescent moon earring. Wait a minute. Is this some kind of multi-god? Oh, this is actually quite interesting. All the gods have that little altar. That's nice. So we got Mystra and Shah probably. And there's Tyr. And Helm. So pretty much everyone has the statue of the gods. Any gods. This one looks more human.
And the courage to these things.
I want to know what these gods are. Oh no, so wait. I mixed up with Shah. So that is no Shah.
Here goes nothing.
See an altar dedicated to Selune.
Read that which is inscribed upon the altar.
An inscription reads, "Let all who worship the changing tides of life and knowledge feel the blessings of Selune. Trust in the purity of my light. See the constancy in its inconstancy, and you will be guided aright. Goddess of the moon and stars. Her words and light have long helped wanderers to find their way. Perhaps it could help you too."
Oh, now we can offer things. Oh boy. What kind of offering might be a decent one? Does it even matter what kind of offering we're gonna give? I mean, I could give a little bit of something like... Oh wait, yeah, light. Let's donate one of those. Wait, why doesn't that work? So, wait a minute. Need to get to a different character in here. So, we're gonna give her that candle.
Offering is accepted, but more evidence of devotion is required.
Are you mental? It's a candle. Like, how much more light do you want? Jesus. Okay, so it's price dependent, it seems. But I have a... Like, look at the way the sun is shining through here. This is perfect. This is awesome. Alright, so, there are offerings over here. Dedication to the Pantheon. Let's read that one. Scroll of basic prayers to major deities of the realms. Bahamut, leave me blind to all but the true light of justice, O valiant one. Corellon. I bid my soul glide across the moon and stars with you, Elffather. Eilistraee. Run the sword across my chain, silver lady, that I may join your dance. Gull Glittergold. Grant me but a fraction of thy wit. Sire, it is all one could need. Grumsh. Gamma blade to cut neck and still beating hard. Hibby. Helm. Keep my path in your unfettered gaze. Lord, I shall not err if you are watching. Ilmater. Till I can bear a fraction of your burden, suffer I shall. Kalimvor. Look not upon our sins, Master of Scales.
Protectors of Baldur's Gate, hear this humble plea. Shield our people from the depredations of the absolute heretics. Bless them with the strength to endure and the courage to resist. So may it be.
Look not upon our sins, Master of Scales, but measure the worth of your most grateful dead. Ladogar, we walk amongst the filth and the wreck. Let the harsh command of your eternal task drive our footfall. The thunder, I shall let all who dwell in dark feel your holy dawn. Morning Lord, hear my prayer. Lolth, I spin thy web of chaos, mother, I spin it in your name, let not the threads unravel. Mieliki, guide my path as only you know how, in whispering leaves and slowing grasslands. Moradin, hold my hammering hand firm, my crafting mind steadfast, and the tools I form perfect in your image. Mystra, I speak into your weave my supplication and faith, and hope the magics I hold are pleasing to your eye. Ogmar, whatever I may say you know already, thus I will speak our knowledge to those without it. Selune, let your moon be my light, and I shall let my sword be your shining symbol. Oh! A sword, then, Shah, mother of night. Darken my step as I walk among the light. Hear my prayer. Tell us. Hold me in your tempest. Stormbringer, keep my strength to hand. Tempest. Mighty foehand, lend me your strength as I wage your righteous war. Tiamat. Many mouths speak your hunger into this world, mistress. Let me be your loudest. Tymora. But a glancing touch of your grace would befit me well, Lady Luck. Tyr, let me be your eyes, blind one, and cast your justice upon this. Well, Vlakith. Tilla Vlakith, Chirki, Tilla Vlakith, Tavki, Tilla Vlakith, Lasha Kla. Yondala, find my cup with plenty, mother. May it never run dry. Not find, fill. But anyway, maybe we've now gotten a decent
altar dedicated to Selune.
Nah, that doesn't really work. Okay, so there may be a way to get the
better not be cursed.
The blessings. Let's just hope it's not dependent on the amount of gold.
You see an altar dedicated to Mystra.
Interesting looking one.
Mystra, mother of all magic, is the patron of wizards and often called upon by other spellcasters as well. She's said to be a jealous goddess. Even though you do not follow her, you feel her power resonating from the statue. She is the one true spell at the heart of all spells. The weave could not be in better hands.
And now we can get an offering. I really want to know how much you have to give them in order to make that thing work.
You see an altar dedicated to Helm the Vigilant.
There's even another helmet that... No, that might be some kind of like creature at the bottom.
Helm the Watcher is a guardian god, dedicated to the preservation of order. Many turn to him in troubled times. Make your donation to him and you'll likely feel more vigilant, more resilient to the unexpected.
Interesting. That's like... A +3 armor. Wait a minute. Isn't it the one that I... Iron Banded Shield +1, exactly. That thing. No one else is using that, and the reason why I use a +2 instead of a +3 is because of the bonus to saving throws. Interesting. And what about Tyr?
an altar dedicated to Tyr. Tyr, the blind god, offers justice to all, innocent and malefactor alike. The law dictates what is right, be that reward or retribution. Your knowledge of religion isn't extensive enough to tell you more.
Really? No. Maybe Astarion may know something about it. Actually, he may need
An altar dedicated to
for more
Tyr.
guidance.
Tyr, the blind god, his unseeing eyes are a testament to the lawful life he lived and what it cost him. Make a sacrifice out of your own pocket and you may yet be blessed.
Interesting.
No time to rest.
So everyone in here wants to have a sacrifice. Oh, I get it. Somehow there's nothing given to Mystra, which is weird. Could be a spell scroll. Okay, so the moon brooch is a jewelry, crescent moon earring, also jewelry, selenite amulet, also jewelry, right? The one thing that I can try to do is just take that thing and give it back to them. And this one is all about pocket. So this one is about giving gold. Now the question is, how much gold? So the idea is to give them the items that are lying before them. And Mystra, because of spells and whatnot, might be spell scrolls. But there are no spell scrolls in front of it, which is kind of weird. This one, on the other hand, there's just a statue for every god, pretty much. Anyway, let's just try out Tyr with a little bit of save scumming. I don't want to spend too much gold if I'm not getting it decent enough.
Dedicated to Tyr.
So let's make an offering. Let's see. Why can't I? It's not working. Okay. Let's just go for... no. Let's go for 100 and a little bit. Let's go for 100 completely, like so. How much gold do I have? Okay, so great, it's bugged out. Oh, okay, I think I know how. So, something pocket, right? They're gonna give him 1 gold coin.
Altar dedicated to Tyr. Offering is accepted, but more evidence of devotion is required.
Right. Okay.
See an altar dedicated to Tyr.
So giving gold doesn't quite work. What about the Devil Foil Mask?
Offering is accepted, but more evidence of devotion is required.
Okay, we do have safe scumming anyway, so I'm just going to give this to, like... No, you can only give him 1 item. What about this one? Okay, so there has to be maybe a very, very special item for this. Anything that is stacked doesn't quite work, which is weird. Let's see. I do need more. I just give them some magical ring. Let's see what happens.
Offering is accepted, but more evident.
Ah, come on. So, to make it simple, it's very difficult to actually make that work. So this one is like law and order. There seems to be like not, yeah. There's doesn't seem to be a right way of making that work. Offering God, Eilistraee. So how does that work? Statue of the Gods, Stormshore Tabernacle. There you go. So, the basement of the tabernacle can be accessed by... No, this is not the thing that I'm interested in. Inside the party can make offerings to, there you go, Helm, Mystra, Selune Altar, or various other deities at the statue of the gods in exchange for the condition Anointed in Splendor. Has a +2 bonus to all saving throws. Okay. The condition persists through resting. Making an adequate donation earns the inspiration event. Ordinary practices in extraordinary times. Okay. So you get an inspiration, that's nice. But how much do you need to give in order to get that thing? And it's also very nice that you get a +2 bonus to all saving throws. I don't know if everybody gets it or just the character that gives the donation. The amount which has to be offered to receive the blessing depends on the level of the party and on the chosen difficulty. We have like normal difficulty. At level 1 it's 400 gold. Ooh. And will grant the blessing, and at level 11 or 12 it's 4,500 gold, increasing to 5,000 gold on tactician difficulty. Interesting. The offering is the same amount as needed to get a merchant to 100% attitude. Seeing here, asking whether to respect character will reduce them to level 1 and cause them to be charged the minimum amount. Okay. So you can fiddle a little bit with it. The problem is I've leveled up every character now, and I don't want to respec. The blessing is only available to the character that made the offer, so you have to do this multiple times. Each character can receive their own blessing, but they must make their own separate donation. So you have to go to Withers, respec everybody. Be at level 1, do the offering, and then do the level up so that they end up at level 11 afterwards again. Or maybe level 12. Once a character makes a sufficient donation to receive a god's blessing, they cannot make donations to other deities. Oh-ho. So it stops it. Very interesting. Dedicated statues are those. Statue of the gods. There's Bahamut, Yondir, and whatnot. But there doesn't seem to be a way to make a special donation or something. Some companions approve or disapprove of making an offering to the gods. Positive approval seems to apply only once, while negative approval can apply multiple times. Oh, okay. Multiple characters make their own separate offerings. Interesting. So they don't like if they are not offering to the gods that they like. Okay, anyway. So only Mieliki is the god that everybody kinda likes and not despises. Very interesting. Lizel doesn't seem to like it at all. Maybe Vlakiv is positive in this regard, but
Shield our people from the depredations of the absolute heretics. Bless them with the strength to
okay, so there's a little bit of companion approval that you have to fiddle with it. So the safest bet is Mielike. There's no negative consequence there. But it's still kind of weird, though. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Ooh. Huh. Yeah, that's actually very interesting. All of your offerings are collected. Yeah. Nice. Very interesting indeed. So, only the character can be retrieved via the chest in the basement. Doing this will curse the character with castigated by a divinity. But this can be removed by remove curses. You gotta be kidding me. Affected entity is cursed by a transgression of the gods. When it falls unconscious, it immediately dies. Moreover, when it dies, a terrible envoy of the offended deity is conjured from the entity's corpse. Curse. Whoa. Okay, so whatever you do, do not steal from the chest in the basement and get rid of the curse if you want to. Very interesting. Very funny thing. It's just like it's dependent on the price of the object, and it's not really dependent on the kind of the object. And this is a thing that I have a little bit of issue with, because wouldn't it be nice to like give them? Why is there a separate bookshelf in here? There's a good bookshelf and a bad bookshelf, which is weird. Anyway, wouldn't it be nice to like give them good stuff? Yeah, you got to be kidding.
Divine protectors of Baldur's Gate, hear this humble plea. Shield our people from the depredations of the absolute heretics.
So sometimes it's red and sometimes it's not. Look at this. So this is not supposed to be stealing, the other one is though. Very weird. Very weird indeed. Let's take those. I just look at the item here. That is really weird. Oh, in progress essay. What's that one? Thus, I wonder whether the following thesis might hold water. That as city life becomes more precautious as the marching armies menace the borders, that people will turn not to the gods who allowed this to happen, but to the dark entities who might have the power to stop it. I speak of the dead free, Banebal and Merkel, for when death threatens your door, who better than the god of living death to protect you? Is it not better to murder than be murdered, and through domination in its purest form? Is not the dominator protected? I predict then that the coming days will see a wave of conversion such as we have never seen before. Whoa! The game itself seems to be there's some strange bits and bobs of deeper knowledge that you're gonna get from it, which is kind of weird. Okay, Laypersons Guide to Holy Exorcism. Oh! An instructional script for exorcists to read from when removing possessing spirits. Now, we understand that possession can be a scary and difficult time. It's perfectly normal to have concerns and questions about the process, but please keep them until the end. In the next minute or so, I will perform a harmless exorcising incantation called Read as Appropriate, Dispel Evil and Good Person, Remove Curse item. And it will have your read as appropriate person or item freed from the otherworldly influence in no time. So your beloved, put name in here, was recently exorcised. We understand this can be a difficult time. Okay. So they're just prepared for like bad outcomes as well. Nice. We wish not to hide the generosity of the gate's gathered faithful. All donations are used in the upkeep of the tabernacle and payment of its staff. This worship season, Helm, 50,000 gold pieces, which means, and you need like 4,500 or like 5,000 in order to get the max level bonus. So it's like 10 people-ish, maybe more. 9 cattle flock, a selection of precious gemstones, 16 severed eyes. Please note, offerings of viscera are highly discouraged at on tabernacle premises. Salute, 47,000 gold pieces, a shipment of magic lamps, 3 parlor mirrors, alabaster, wrought iron and silver, more candles than we've been able to count. There's definitely one from me in there. Thanks to our flock's generous donations to the tabernacle coffers, we are proud to announce a newly commissioned statue of the bountiful Tymora. May her luck be with you. Nice! Now this is how you make money with gods. Perfect. Maybe we should write a book about it. Blessed Vicar, I beg your aid in a matter most grave. Some ill-meaning mages has afflicted my household with a series of hexes. First, my eldest fell out of a tree and broke his arm. I thought nothing of it at first, but then my youngest broke her front tooth on the corner of a bed frame. What misfortune. I thought when the very next day I myself came down with a sweating fever, so severe I could not hold a clay cup without dropping it. Please, Vicar, do what you can through the grace of Helm to cure whatever curse has plagued my home. I cannot take another tragedy. The good wife Sutton.
Divine protectors of Baldur's Gate, hear this humble plea.
Non-Demoninational prayer of peace. Non-Demoninational. What is this? An in-progress draft of a new prayer to cast across the entire Pantheon. It bears the heavy marks of repeated revision. O ye gathered gods, no, to exclamatory. Hear my prayer cast wide, O resplendent Pantheon. Oh yes, much better. I offer it among the multitude for a reason. There cannot be true peace without godly accord. The city, this land, is besieged under threat by a force that stakes a heretical claim to your divinity, each and every one of you. History may well be marked by the clashes and bickerings of godly folk, but there is one fact upon which you all must agree. Yes, even you, Talos. Divinity is earned, not simply claimed. While heretics stalk this world and threaten your faithful, please broker even a mode of peace between yourselves. We need everything we can get in all gathered faiths. Hear our prayer. Well, that's not what's going to happen, is it? Wait a minute, this one has a buff on itself. What do we got? Oh, it's blessed.
Divine protectors
Divine.
of Baldur's Gate, hear this humble plea. Shield our people from the depredations of the absolute heretics. Bless them with the strength to endure and the courage to resist. So may it be.
Yeah, courage to resist what? Let's just hope that taking the Rose of Books down here does not consider, or does not count as. Yeah, you can really open it. It's not considered to be. Oh. So opening it is not considered to be stealing, but stealing is. Well, that makes sense. Very nice. So what about this one? Lord of Battles, foe hammer, protect me in the battle to come. Let my sword ring true against the armies of the Absolute. Let me live to see another day. And gaunt and gripping life by the thongs. Even, wait, what? Why is that one considered to be...
Not for communal use, it seems. Best show some respect.
Or some more cunning. Why is reading something all of a sudden not good? Yeah, this is weird. A scroll scrawled with an unsteady hand. Look, I'm not sure how this whole divine thing. I don't know much about you lot, and I reckon you don't know much about me, and on account of never praying before. Thing is, I don't want to die. Don't want my sheep to die either. This absolute thing on the horizon stinks. Not in a good way. Sheep stinks, but In the bad way that corpse does. So if any of you are out there, can you fix it? Stop that, please. Thanks for listening, reading, whichever. Yours faithful, Barney Pins. Nice. Still want to know what's written inside that book. I'm fixed. So, let's see. But we do have an awful lot more that we can read. Remove curse. Now this is very convenient. So if you want to steal from their chest, so first get everybody a buff. And then get yourself that spell scroll. Actually, you need multiple spell scrolls. You can also just get Gale for you to do the thing. Actually, wait a minute. It's only one person who actually needs to steal from that chest. And that person needs to be uncursed. So everything ends up fine again. The Soul Forger. Introduction to the Soul Forger. Dwarven myths are so engaging because the skeleton of their story is tied to a craft of the modern era. The bones are made of steel, iron, nickel, copper, a whole host of metals alloyed and superheated and fused together at the joints of legend. Moradin, Soul Forger, Allfather, is said to have crafted the dwarven species from the very core of the planet. Aber Toril, by retelling the story, dwarves linked themselves to the craft of blacksmithing. They have, in one fell swoop, tapped an ore vein of metaphor and discovered a scene of cultural import. For dwarves are not born so industrious, so stone-worthy, so clever at geology, rather unlike the growth of long bushy beards. It is learned behavior. Oho! Lessons of Helm. In this text, you come across the bull-necked, hard-spined doctrines of the god Helm, as transcribed and interpreted by a paladin called Thou Shalt Not Suffer the Doom Herring to Live O'Reilly. He chose that name after being convinced that the Xanathar organization was not led by a many-eyed beholder monster, but by something called a Doom Herring. The doctrines are the usual religious fare, only mildly distinguished by Helm's focus on the provision of protection to those who need it, forming a shield of steel as well as sympathy for the meek and downtrodden. Tymora, Lady Luck. A list of oaths and sayings that ought to incur Tymora's blessing, granting the speaker good luck. By Lady Luck's smile, turntable, Tymora, I invoke thee. By the rolling of my die, please let these results be nice. Spin a fickle fated wheel. Lady of the diamond glitter dies, mistress of good fortune, sovereign of luck, please have mercy on me, for fuck's sake. Sweet. Magical Histories Volume 1. The Origin of Mystra. To know of Mystra, the goddess of magic, we must first consider her earlier incantations, beginning with Mistral. The Lady of Mysteries was said to have come into existence during a conflict between the gods Shar and Selune. In their efforts to best one another, the twin sisters of darkness and light inadvertently forged a portion of their opposing energies into a new being of pure magic, Mistral. Interesting. As an embodiment of magic, Mistral laid claim to unparalleled control over the weave, the very fabric by which magic could be channeled and harnessed, for it was not an extension of her being. For her to use magic was as natural as it would be for another to draw a breath or curl their finger. It was in Frifinnindia that Mistral gave way to Mystra when the former had her powers seized by Carthus, a Netherese lord and perhaps the most powerful and ambitious wizard to have ever lived. Yet Mistral sought to deny him his ill-gotten prize, sacrificing herself so that for a moment the weave faltered and all magic briefly ceased. Carthus' folly brought upon the destruction of Netheril and the end of his ambition. Yet the weave would not go unattended for long. Within moments, the goddess of magic was reborn as Mystra. Interesting. So, have you tried turning it on and, no, off and on again? Larethian. The introduction to Larethian by Palmer Juni Suga reads, "It is not exaggeration to say that Corellon Larethian is the primary figure in the Pantheon of Elves. It is said that his tears mingled with those of Sihanine Moonbar actually created elves. As in all myths, the physiological reverse oblation God gives to his people is interesting. The elven people are not formed from Corellon's hip bone, his throat, his testicles. Instead, they arise from an expression of sorrow. Some scholars frame them then as an antidote to his pain. Corellon was at the time experiencing a loss and feelings of betrayal. More traditional thinking, and here I quote to the elven sage Aphia Loquellan, places elves as sad as a species can be. This rings true for me. Life, after all, deposits its fair share of difficulties on those burdened with living it, and elves endure a long, long time. Eilistraee, Lady Silverhair. Sparing no detail, no matter how innocuous this tale grants the reader comprehensive insight into the life, death, and rebirth of the child of Lolth and Corellon Larethian. The goddess Eilistraee. One section runs thusly. An important note: immortals like Eilistraee view relationships differently than we do. The gaze is cold, abstracted, even in the most passionate and vivacious of gods such as she. Think of Telemun's theatre of distance. The viewer is somehow allowed space from the action of the play, while still being immersed in the experience. That is how deities think. That is how they view everything, in an auditorium of icy long infinity in the nosebleed seats. No wonder Eilistraee smiled and wept with equal fierceness when she defeated her mother. And Gnomefather. The introduction of Gnomefather reads like this: most splendiferous, gregarious, and overall duplicitous of gods, especially for the gnomes who embody those attributes quite cheerfully, is Gal Clitigal, a favorite phrase deployed at gnomish parties and suppers, comes from Gal's reply to the mad prophet Osterfell, who promised Gal the moon, the sun, and all the glinting stars if he could only answer 3 riddles, to which Gal said, "Pull the other one, it has got bells on." Well, great. The author of Gnomefather also penned this book, a much bleaker read. Exile is full of sections like this, and this stony feature wrinkling in a snarl Ladogar, god of the Durgar, growled. "You hounds and the dribbling dogs, I shall have you flayed. I shall wring loots from your guts. What a music shall fill my halls then. Hear me close, you mongrels and slobberers. Slavery is freedom from difficult choices and from responsibility. When you enslave an elf, you enchain him to a bit of use, the simpering knife-eared slug. You make him worth a damn. Now throttle that morality of yours and fetch me vassal." Interesting. A god of slavery. Makes sense. But the interesting bit about the whole slavery business is that it is somewhat true, in a way. You kind of turn the person or whoever it is that you want to enslave into into some kind of machinery, right? A thing of purpose. Like every machine has a purpose, and in this case, the slave becomes a machine. That's why it kind of loses all of its values that it inhabited before. Like if a human thing, like a human is no human once it becomes a slave. It loses everything it has before. That's the real interesting thing about it. So let's see. It becomes a thing, an object. Anyhow, we got Humbletoes. Let's just talk to the dude and hope we can kind of get our hands on this one.
Greetings, child of faith. Be welcome to the Stormshore Tabernacle. You have come far, I perceive. How may I serve you this day?
Well, oh, look at this. There's some trade. With a little bit of luck, there's nothing in here. Okay, so what can we get? Another scroll of remove curses and very expensive potion of supreme healing, which for some reason attitude 0. Okay, so we might be okay. The reviving hands. Yeah, look at this. Aegis palms. When you heal a creature, it gains the effect of blade ward. When you revive a creature, it gains the effect of death ward. Okay, so healing makes blade ward and the other one death ward. What are those two wards? Blade ward has resistance against bludgeoning, piercing and slashing damage. That is fairly simple. And this one, the next time damage would reduce the affected entity to 0, it remains conscious with 1 hit point left. Yeah, the idea of revive it, like you do have a few turns in order to turn around the whole death problem. And the best way is always to throw a potion at them, which has the best effect. And because you throw a potion, you are not using a help function or any other way in order to increase their health. You're kind of playing around the system, and this results in you being able to use an action the next turn with the healed character. That's actually the most important bit about it. There's a mod that you can install that makes it so that if you help someone, like if you use the help function, the character that gets the help keeps their action and doesn't lose it, because it's kind of useless helping a character that was down before and then you lost your action. The helped person or revived person in this case loses an action, and the only thing that the enemy needs to do is like attack again with like an AoE spell or whatever, and then you get damage, and then the character that got the help also just gets killed again. So this is the reason why I don't use any help mechanics in this game, because it just doesn't work the way you intended would. And for some reason, just being very offensive or very aggressive and just taking down the enemy's health bar seems to be the best strategic choice in here, because everything else is like a red herring thing and it just takes away your actions. But this is more a result of the way the game is made. Oh, what do we got here? The Sacred Scar. Radiant Strike on a hit. Inflict 1 turn of Radiant Orb upon the target. And this makes it so that they cannot get invisible, or what was it again? Reduces rage by 2 each. -1 to attack rolls for each remaining turn. Okay, so you can see it, and it's not able to hit things, which is good. Sanctified weapon. Undead creatures struck by this weapon are possibly turned, which means they are doing what? They're moving away from the creature that turned it. Actually, the idea of turning is more like fear in terms of undead. It can't take actions, bonus actions, or reactions other than dash or try to escape. It's kind of like fear. I actually thought that turning an undead or whatever would result in them being under your control somehow, but okay. Interestingly enough, this one does deal more melee damage. Wait a minute, the damage is different. This one is bludgeoning, but it's also spiky, and this one is piercing, and it's a little bit more spiky, to be honest. It's actually kind of interesting. This one is more a bludgeoning weapon, and this one is not. Huh. Weird. Okay, so what do we get here? The Mantle of Holy Warrior. Crusade of Mantle. It seems like a very special ability. Interesting. Radiate a holy power that emboldens nearby allies. Their weapon attacks deal an additional 1 to 4 radiant damage. Short rest, okay, so you can use it at least a little bit more often. It stays there for 10 turns, but you have to stay concentrating all the time. Which means it's either this effect or another effect that you can apply. That's the problem about the concentration spells. You have thousands of different spells that you can use, right? But you can only keep one concentration spell up for every character. And in the end, you keep up the same spell for each character, or maybe just one because you're not focusing on maximizing like concentration and whatever. Jesus, that's a lot. I would really like to buy this thing, but it's a bit too expensive. Alright, maybe I need to let us start and do the thing. Or actually, the better way would be to ignore that for now and come back with Will, and then I can buy the Supreme Healing Potion. That might be the best choice. Anyway, let's just continue talking with the Vicar Humbletoes.
I am Vicar Humbletoes, guardian of the Stormshore Tabernacle. I keep the peace in this sacred place and guide those in need.
Right. And what can I do here?
Here, clerics may commune with their gods, and even hear their responses, if they are so favored. I am also granted the power to provide holy resurrection through sales of revivification scrolls.
Nice, now that makes it very simple. Are holy items available here for purchase?
Of course, my child. Within limits. Behold my wares.
Oh, wait. I actually didn't look at the whole thing. Oh, this is good. Gain resistance to all damage, including psychic damage. Okay, universal resistance is actually quite nice. Maybe I should get that one. For how long? 10 turns is a lot. 10 turns is usually enough to finish every battle. If you have the right strategy, that is. Very interesting. Let's put a marker on here. Potion. For some reason I like the idea of vendor and not the idea of merchant. Which is strange. Oh, wait a minute.
Time to press ahead.
Oh, blessings for the refugees. Wait, I did not read this one. And there's also a hatch in here. So, let's see. May all who come to the city gates be safe. Let them find safe harbor within the city walls. Let their loved ones stay at their sides. Let the children stay in their mothers' and fathers' arms. Oh, if only.